Hey there, this is Mr. Icarus, and welcome to a Let's Play of Doom 2016. Why? Well, because I need to relax, and what better way to relax than ripping and tearing and hardcore FPS gameplay? Because that's how everyone relaxes, right? Duh. Of course! What am I gonna play? Gone Home? It's boring. No, my idea of a nice relaxing time at the video is a challenge. I enjoy a challenge. To that regard, I am not playing this on Nightmare difficulty because I'm a wuss. I did try to play this on Nightmare difficulty while yammering over the top of it at the same time, but it didn't work. We can break these cuffs. There we go. But yeah, I find that at a certain difficulty level with certain games, you need to have a ridiculous amount of experience playing it. You need to be, you know, top tier, autistic level good at something in order to do that whole coherent commentary at the same time as gameplay thing. That's something that I'm not very good at. It'll probably shock and appall a lot of you out there that a lot of the commentary that I do for Doom Mod Madness is actually voiceover work. A lot of it is not actually live commentary. Back in the day it was. That's why it was kind of unfocused and all over the place, but I decided that recording the footage first and then talking over it later resulted in better videos, so there you go. And by proxy that means these videos are going to be absolutely friggin' awful, because I'm going to have to yammer and just talk absolute bullshit over the top of all of this. Oh god, that does hurt my eyes ever so slightly. This is probably a bad thing to be doing first thing in the morning. I have not had nearly enough tea to be dealing with demonic epilepsy fits right now. But at least we got our suit. At least we're not naked anymore. Because as far as I can tell, Doomslayer was chained to that cold stone coffin bollock naked for God knows how many years. Could be centuries, could be millennia for all we know. Can you imagine the shrinkage? That must be embarrassing. And everything is broke. The UAC, it's got a terrible maintenance record, hasn't it? Everything's broke, everything's friggin' offline. I think the most damning thing about the UAC in this game is the demonic invasion isn't the real big problem here, it's the fact that it's an unknown cause.
Dr Samuel Hayden, I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that...
I love the way he says resolve. It's just resolve. The way he drags it out. I like to imagine that Dr. Samuel Hayden didn't originally have that voice either. I like to imagine that he chose that as a synthesis voice when he got his big 7-foot-tall robot body. Originally, I reckon he sounded like, you know, Pee-wee Herman or something stupid like that. Now that would be terrifying. Imagine having to talk to Samuel Hayden and having to deal with the voice of Pee-wee Herman. Horror. Absolute sheer horror. But anyway, we got our combat shotgun now. This means we can really get down to business, because the pistol is ass. I think it's a pretty universally accepted fact that the pistol is the weapon that you really don't want to have to use in Doom 2016. But because of the way that this game does ammunition, you do find yourself running out fairly often. I mean, the max ammo that you can have for certain weapons means that if you're not fairly accurate with a lot of your shots, you will quickly find yourself having to stock up on a regular basis. But screw it. We're gonna go eradicate some imps. I do like this opening area, though. It's as I said in that What I Think video, it's a good showcase for everything that you'll come up against for the rest of the game. You got this multi-level area, very big freedom of movement, many opportunities to shoot things in the face, and you also learn how deadly explosive barrels can be, even at a fair distance. Because I remember the very first time I played it, I just kicked the bucket from an unfortunate barrel detonation at close range. So you don't want to be doing that. There's someone else around here. Where are you? There you are. But yeah, in terms of the way the imps look, I'm still... Whoa. I'm still not entirely sold on them. They they don't look quite spiky enough for me. Not quite typically impish enough. I think one of the descriptions I had for them was that they looked like they should be in the Tour de France, and that was because it just looked like they were wearing some kind of lycra bodysuit. Their heads just looked like helmets, and I'm pretty sure that's supposed to disappear. I've noticed this on a few playthroughs, that some things just occasionally hang about for no good reason, but you can just walk through that. It's no big problem.
It cannot be allowed to leave this place. It would ruin everything.
I've still not figured out a good reason for where these holograms are coming from. Is it me that's projecting these holograms, or is it, you know, some kind of emitter in the UAC facility? It's something that I've never found a satisfactory answer for, but I'm sure we'll be able to come up with many, many more conspiracy theories on that front. And we've got a few more visual glitches. Those red boxes on the screen aren't supposed to be there. I think it's a consequence of me recording with my Nvidia thingy.
Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk.
Risk reward, it kind of looks like it went a bit wrong, Mr. Hayden. Dr. Hayden, sorry. But I'm too busy headbanging right now because this opening theme. Oh yeah. This got me so pumped. And that, I love the shotgun cock. It's a really nice touch. It makes me think that the people behind this had a very clear objective in mind. Everything must be badass. Everything must make you feel like a badass. Gameplay makes you feel like a badass. Shooting things in the face makes you feel like a badass. Glory kills makes you feel like a badass. There's just something innately badass about fighting the entire hordes of hell as one extremely pissed off Doom Marine. But yeah, the whole backstory thing for the Doomslayer is there's a lot of interesting food for thought there, and something that I didn't quite expect to get from this game. A little bit of lore, a little bit of deeper than normal backstory. So the current conspiracy theory, the current lore theory behind Doomslayer at the moment is that this is the original Doom guy going through, you know, Doom 1, Doom 2, and I suspect Doom 64 as well. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I've not actually played Doom 64 yet. I don't have a lot of experience with that, but as far as I know, that one kind of ends with him choosing to stay in hell. And there's some kind of great big cycle that happens as a result. You end up trapped in hell for all eternity, keeping it in check, and then the universe restarts or some crazy crap like that, and you end up here. And you know what the jig is by now. You know the jig is up, you know what's got to be done, you're not going to take any bullshit from anyone, least of all a 7-foot-tall cyborg with a ridiculously deep voice. And you're just going to get a lot of punching done. And let's face it, punching in the face is what Doom Guy does best. But these soldiers, on Nightmare difficulty, they are an absolute pain in the ass because their charge shot is absolutely devastating. If you get caught in that, and you're anything less than 100% on health, and you don't have any extra armor to cover yourself, that's pretty much a death knell right there. And it led to a lot of frustrating deaths for me, so, yeah, it got a bit unfun, basically. Not something that you want to be trying to play and talk about at the same time. But we're just going to hunt down a few secrets while we're around here as well, because that's another thing that I quite enjoyed. Going to get our blue key card. Yay for key cards. And we got ourselves a Doom Guy toy up here. One day, I will own them all. I will have them on a shelf. I will gladly show them to everyone, whether they want to look at them or not. But I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head how many Doom Guy toy models there are. Something like 20 plus? I have no idea. I'm probably going to have to check that out later between episodes. I'll get back to you guys on that one. But for now, we got a choice here. We can take the high road or we can take the low road. And we're going to take the high road because this is where all the goodies are in this particular stage. Because we've got our auto map station up here. And we also have a Praetor suit token. I have no idea if that's the correct pronunciation, but I'm British, so that's the way I'm going to pronounce it. In America, it's something like Praetor suit. I'm never going to do that again. If I ever do that again, I will punch myself in the head. Doing American accents is not my forte. But as you can see here, this is why the auto map is tremendously useful. It'll grey out the areas that you haven't visited yet, which means it's a little easier for you to hunt down secrets. But it doesn't mean that secrets are automatically easy to find. In later stages, some of those secrets will actually require a lot of hidden switch hunting. Especially in some of the hell set levels much later on. I found those really tricky. Some of them I just gave up on tongue. Some of those I gave up on entirely. Here we go, we got our suit token now. So when it comes down to this, area scanning is nice and all. It reveals exploration items, which is admittedly quite useful. That helps you track down stuff like little toys, extra supplies, suit tokens, but I just find environmental resistance a lot more immediately useful. It decreases explosive barrel and environment damage taken, and it's well worth it. Well worth it. And you end up drowning in these tokens once you get into the swing of the game. So it's not like you're making a tough choice here. It's not like you're making an irreversible decision. See what I mean? That barrel was all the way over there, and it still caused that imp to fall apart. Not that I'm complaining, it makes my job easier. But we're going to do about an adequate amount of secret hunting during this LP. I'm not gonna hunt down every single last bit, but I'm gonna try to at least, get the obvious ones done. And there's a secret level you can unlock around here somewhere as well, a secret classic Doom level. And it actually took me a while to find the lever. They're hidden in plain sight a lot of the time, but this is the door. You'll always recognize the door because it looks kind of like the classic Doom door. But to open it, you need to go find a lever, which you can usually find here. And these things take a little bit of a while to pull. I'm not sure if that will affect you too much when it comes to enemies being in the area. And here we go. And this just looks weird. How weird does that look? I don't need tutorials, goddammit. Take the tutorial bar away. I've played this game already. I have finished it on ultra-violence. I'm currently working on finishing it on Nightmare, but, yeah, I think that would be an embarrassing prospect for me to try in the form of a Let's Play. Oh boy. That's what I mean about those charge shots. They can really catch you off guard. If you're not paying attention to these guys, they will fuck you up. But I kind of screwed up. There's a hidden wall that you can trigger with the switch here, which I can no longer do, but you can do in the original level. You can do in the original form of it, because the way it used to work was you had a line on the floor, and as long as you were stood in front of the line and you hit the right key, it would still activate the switch, but, nah. I done goofed. Ladies and gentlemen, so I won't be able to get my extra goodies from that side of the room. Oh well. What's a Doom Slayer to do? So, we got 4 combat shotty slugs. Is that the correct term for it? Slugs? Shots? I don't know. I'm not a gun nut. And we're going to have to put them to good use. And we're also going to have to mod our gun, which I always enjoy doing. So, we can choose between charged burst or explosive shot. Now, first time round, I chose explosive shot, so I think, out of fairness, I should try charged burst this time and see if that affects the way I play. It'll probably still be fun. I'm pretty sure it will be. Here we go, let's rock and roll. I think the one major thing I'm probably going to enjoy about the charged shot over the explosive shot is that there's less danger of self-damage here. Because with the explosive shot, you can actually harm yourself quite significantly. Even more so on Nightmare. Which I will be mentioning a lot. I'm going to be kind of referring back to Nightmare difficulty on a regular basis here, because you need to gauge how difficult any given encounter is going to be, and you need to be very aware of what enemies you're dealing with at any given time. That kind of stuff right there. If you get more than one enemy ganging up on you at close range, that's pretty much death. That's pretty much you screwed on ultra-violence difficulty. Not ultra-violence, nightmare. God damn, how do I even confuse that? I have also played on Ultra Nightmare, which I found tremendously fun. You get one life, you don't get to save, and you just have to go as far as you can in one sitting. It really requires you to call on as much of your skill as possible, and it's really fun seeing where everyone else died. Because you get to see the Doomslayer helmets on the ground from where they fell. And you can kind of read their names and go, ah, bless, they only made it this far. But I think I actually made it past this opening stage on Ultra Nightmare before I actually kicked the bucket. My one significant failure was that I tried to make a risky jump and didn't fully account for where I was going to land, and that killed me. That did me in. So that's something I'm going to have to learn from in future playthroughs. Oh, his head's already gone. I thought he was still alive. We've got another toy model here. I'm sure there's... is it 2 or 3? I'm pretty sure there's just 2 in this opening stage. I get confused with the following level, where you can also go back outside and find another Doom Guy model, but I'm pretty sure I've picked up as many as I need to here. And I'm running low on shotgun ammo, so I'm going to go down this pit. Are they following me through there? No, I'm good. Let's play Pinata, shall we? Actually, they're all rubbish Pinatas. They didn't give me any prizes. I didn't get the opportunity to punch them lovingly in the face. Also, can I jump over there? No, I'm not going to risk it. That's the secret place that I already went to. And I don't want an early death. That would be embarrassing. Dying at this stage on ultra-violence for me would be an insult. Would be a shame that I'm not quite sure I could live down. I've said it now. If I die, I will be so disappointed in myself. But yeah, the possessed soldiers, they're ever so slightly tougher than you imagine them to be. They always take a little bit extra than normal to take down. But yeah. Loving those explosive barrels. They're making my job so much easier right now. There we go. We got 2 for the price of 1 charge burst. Lovely! But some of the arenas, especially in, I think the second stage, they get a little expansive. And as a result, you do get a little bit lost every now and again. But as long as you hunt for the green lights, you're generally going to have a good time, because the green lights are pretty much your waypoints throughout this world. Someone just blow themselves up? I know someone's still alive because the music's still going. But I find this the more funny part of arena encounters, when it's just you and maybe one derpy enemy left, like that guy over there by the barrel. Oh, he wasn't close enough for us to take him out with it. So we'll just have to shoot him and then punch him in the face. Lovely! So that should be pest control done for this area. It is. Lovely. And that's this opening stage done. That was actually really smooth for me. Usually I'm pretty sloppy when trying to do live commentary at the same time, but hopefully you've enjoyed this episode of the Doom 2016 Let's Play. I will be back with the second one shortly, and I hope to continue like this. We'll do hopefully 1 level at a time. I'll try and cut out the chaff where possible. I don't want to waste too many people's time with me just endlessly running around in circles. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed. Feel free to let me know what you thought in the comments below. And hope to see you next time. This has been Mr. Icarus. Icarus out.